Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Good morning. This is the MLG CoD League Season 1 playoffs. We are kicking off day 2, and this is the pregame show brought to you by Call of Duty Ghost DLC Pack number 2. It's the Devastation DLC pack, Revan, and I know a lot of people are excited about the new maps and new guns.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited as well. You know, last DLC pack had the Ripper, which reminds me a lot of the Black Ops 1 FAMAS, and it actually has a feature where you can turn it into a submachine gun and an assault rifle, so it's pretty strong.
Pretty good at all ranges. I like that. Well, today we are going to see more incredible games. Of course, we only had 6 teams entering the playoffs. So far, 2 of them have been sent to the losers bracket, 4 remain in the winners bracket. But before we talk about today's matches, we got to talk about what happened yesterday. Let's take a look at our winners bracket as we saw in the very first round. Curse Las Vegas and Strictly Business met up. Meanwhile, at the bottom half of the bracket, it was TK and Envious facing off.
Yeah, and both matches were very quick. 3-0 from Strictly Business to Curse Las Vegas, and a 3-0 of Team Caliber to Team Envious, which personally I didn't expect. Me and Nate were expecting that series to go all the way to Game 5, but TK making it look pretty easy.
Yeah, TK getting that revenge from the Call of Duty Championship. If you remember, guys, Envy knocked out TK in Game 5. Envy went on to play second and take home $200,000. TK didn't take home $1.
Yeah, if only they did that at Call of Duty Championships, but, you know, a little bit of revenge for them. And, you know, Curse Las Vegas in the first match, I wasn't expecting them to get 3-0'd either. I thought Strictly Business was win, but I thought it would be a bit of a closer series.
So there you can see how the winners bracket will stack up. Envy and Curse Las Vegas waiting over in the losers bracket. FaZe Strictly Business here in round 2. Team Caliber, Complexity as well will be our winners round 2 matches today. But not only did we have our winners bracket matches as we actually kicked off the tournament, before we got all of this started, we did a little bit of all-star game action, and this is probably my favorite part of any Call of Duty event when we can fit an all-star in. We took the 24 players, split them up into 2 teams. Nadeshot and Clayster were Team Nadester, and you and I were the managers of Team Revit.
Yeah, and we wound up taking that. Went all the way to Game 7. It was tied 3-3. And actually, when we first made our rosters, the first thing we did, we went up to each other and we were like, who do we want for Game 7? And coincidentally enough, went to Game 7 and we took it.
Casters are wicked smart sometimes. All right, well, Revit, today I want to get your predictions because you predicted the right roster for that Game 7. Congratulations on that. I'll give you props. But today, you need to make some new predictions. Your predictions yesterday were awful.
My predictions, I predicted SP to win, but I did predict Envy to win the whole thing, and they kind of dropped out of 3.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I believe Clayster actually was calling for, he was asking for Curse Las Vegas to lose.
Okay.
But he said that it was definitely going to be Envy as well. So I think everyone here expected Envy to do well. TK, the surprise squad, they've already announced that after this season, they don't want to play together. But they looked so good as a squad yesterday. What did you see in that matchup versus Envy?
Well, actually, that was the first time TK beat a pro team with Formal on their roster at a LAN. So that's a pretty big accomplishment from them. But from what we were seeing, their teamwork was just on point. It looked like they were all working very well together. Their rotations were on point, and they were just hitting their stride.
And Kunjar was kind of my all-star in the all-star game. He won both of his matches. But who else was playing well on this squad?
From what I saw, Sharp and Theory. I would say Theory a little more than Sharp. Theory, on Strike Zone, he only died 7 times on one side. He only died 5 on the other, and he's just been playing phenomenal. Dropped 12 kills in the Search and Destroy, too.
All right, so TK is looking solid. Was Formal on point, or do you think he is going to take it to another level today?
I think he's going to take it to another level today. He was pretty quiet even in the All-Star game, so Formal, we're going to be looking for him to step it up.
So TK was able to get their win, but I want to take a look at the squad that underperformed. Envious had a lot of hype coming into this one. They just finished second at the World Championship, proving they're the second best squad in the world at the moment. They fall on day 1 3-0. What went wrong for Rambo, Merc, Study, and Nameless?
It just seemed like they were lacking a little bit of a Slayer ability. You know, nobody was really stepping up and dropping a whole lot of kills. But, you know, Call of Duty, it's a day-to-day game. We'll see if they're able to bounce back in the losers bracket because that's where Envy makes their run.
So Envy is going to, well, this is not their first time losing in that first round of the winners and going very far in a tournament. We'll see if they can do it again. But that brings us to our winners bracket matches. Curse Las Vegas was defeated by Strictly Business. Honestly, I feel like Strictly Business, they just had more chemistry,
Yeah.
more experience working together as a squad. Curse Las Vegas looked a little bit confused, playing passive, playing a little bit scared sometimes. I think they're going to need to step up their aggression today, but the team we know will always bring the aggression is SB.
Oh yeah, SB, they were actually looking pretty good. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit on the day one pregame show. Maybe they had a little bit of a falling out, but once money's on the line, you know, they put all that aside and they're focused on winning the event.
Now, when you were watching Strictly Business versus Curse Las Vegas, who was showing off for you?
Honestly, I got to give it up to Sensor. Sensor was
was
playing extremely well, even in the All-Star game too.
Yeah, Sensor was kind of beasting it in all of the respawn game modes. When it came down to search and destroy, they didn't make it look too difficult for anyone. Everyone was kind of playing the role properly, getting those bombs down, and we'll see. Can they start hot again today? Yesterday, they were looking very strong, but they were warmed up after the All-Star game. Today, they're kicking off against a serious challenger in FaZe, the team that came in with the #1 seed. Let's take a look at some of the cash these teams will be playing for this weekend. First place is going to take home $7,000. Second takes home $4,000, $2,500, and $1,000 for third and fourth. So a $15,000 prize pool. Pretty nice to see that at the end of just our first season here in the MLG CoD League, and we still have our top 2 teams to play.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to see Complexity, you know, come out and play today. They only played in the All-Star game, and same thing with FaZe. They were only able to play in the All-Star game, but fresh off a Call of Duty Championship win, I'm excited to see how Complexity rebound this event. You know, are they going to continue dominating, or are they going to, you know, maybe slow down a little bit?
All right, well, you can see there's a look at Complexity, the world champions, looking for their 12th finals visit, their 10th title. This would be double-digit LAN event victories if they're
That's
able
a
to win
dynasty,
here.
man.
That's epic. Absolutely. But there are other teams to look out for. And first, I was checking to see if the game is ready. It is not quite, but Strictly Business is getting ready to go up against FaZe. Let's take a look at this FaZe roster one more time before we wrap up this pregame show. These guys were the real deal. They dominated the online circuit. JCap and Proofy, monsters with the ARs, replays, and Classic. 2 of the best objective players in the game. Classic at the top of the leaderboard, and Blitzcaps, who's number 2? His teammate Replays.
Oh man, in Classic, he took a bit of a break. He was a phenomenal player in Modern Warfare 2, took a little break, came back in Call of Duty Ghosts, and he's right back to the top. And actually, Classic and Replays, they're very good friends in real life, so they already have that chemistry built.
It's going to be interesting. A whole lot of rivalries, a whole lot of games to be played today. And here is a look at the schedule. Guys, this is going to wrap it up for our Call of Duty Ghost Devastation DLC pregame show. We're going to get right into the action with Strictly Business going up against FaZe. What's our first map, Revan?
It's Sovereign Domination.
And it looks like the players are ready. No commercial break. Let's get right into it. Dom just ended. I lied. We are going to show you the schedule for today. We'll take a 60-second, and then we'll get this best of 5 started. Really excited to get this one kicked off. Of course, our first match here at 10 a.m. is FaZe versus Strictly Business. Our next match is scheduled for 11:30. That could happen earlier if this goes 3-0. Complexity facing off against TK. Does Complexity struggle this morning?
I don't think so. I think, you know, they took a kind of like a day off yesterday. They only played in a few All-Star game matches, so they were able to get a good night's rest, and now they're going to come back here, and hopefully we'll see them dominate as usual.
All right, it's commercial time. We'll be right back. The best of 5, SB versus FaZe after this.